Sorry about the mess.
It's time we talked about why Nobody 2, Bob Odenkirk's action movie sequel, is taking its sweet time. In a hopeful update, we've got some details teased by a star from Nobody 2, giving us the lowdown of what's in store. Here's the scoop on everything we know so far. Nobody 2 is getting a promising update straight from producers David Leitch and Kelly McCormick. Directed by Ilya Naishuller, 2021's Nobody stars Bob Odenkirk as Hutch Mansell, an average family man who finds himself drawn back into his violent past after a run-in with a Russian gangster. The film was a hit, and fans were thrilled to hear about a sequel in the works, although it's been a bit of a wait. While there's no release date set for Nobody 2 just yet, Leitch and McCormick shared some exciting news with Collider. Filming for the sequel could potentially kick off later this year. Leitch mentioned that scripts for both Nobody 2 and Violent Night 2 are still in the works, and the cast members are eager to return. Here's what they had to say. "We're planning to dive back into those worlds. Hopefully we can start filming Nobody 2 by the end of this year and Violent Night 2 early next year, if everyone's schedules align. Development is going smoothly, and there's a lot of enthusiasm about moving these projects forward." David Leitch added, "We're making good progress with a couple of drafts, but there's still some work to be done." So why was Nobody such a hit, and what does Nobody 2 need to do to follow in its footsteps? Well, for starters, Nobody was one of many films attempting to capture the magic of the John Wick franchise. Interestingly, Leitch himself co-directed the first John Wick film. While not every movie in this vein has been a hit, Nobody managed to stand out and carve its own path. Aside from Odenkirk's stellar performance, the film's action sequences were also a big hit. While it may not have reached the same heights as John Wick, Nobody still delivered some memorable fight scenes, including a thrilling brawl on a bus. Odenkirk's dedication to training for these scenes added an extra layer of authenticity. As for Nobody 2, fans are undoubtedly hoping for more of the same high-octane action and Odenkirk's return to the role of Hutch. With production gearing up, it looks like audiences won't have to wait too much longer to find out. And there's a tantalizing possibility of a cameo as well. Fans of both Bob Odenkirk and Keanu Reeves have been buzzing with speculation about whether their characters could cross paths in the future, perhaps even in a John Wick spin-off. Ilya Naishuller, the director of Nobody, has hinted at the potential for a shared narrative universe between John Wick and Hutch Mansell, despite the fact that they belong to different studios. In an interview with IndieWire, Naishuller mentioned that everything's possible and that stranger things have happened. While it's not a confirmation, it's an intriguing tease, inviting viewers to stay tuned for what's to come. While not every successful movie necessarily needs a sequel, Nobody delivered a thrilling revenge story that offered similar excitement to the John Wick franchise. And we all know how those films just kept getting better and richer with each new installment. The thematic and tonal similarities between these movies make them perfect bedfellows, and the potential team-up of Keanu and Bob Odenkirk would undoubtedly provide some fascinating chemistry on screen. So, whether it's in Nobody 2 or a future John Wick project, there's ample opportunity for screenwriter Derek Kolstad to weave together his own shared universe, much to the delight of fans everywhere. Connie Nielsen recently shared some insights about the development of Nobody 2 while speaking with Screen Rant during the promotion of her similarly themed action thriller, Roleplay. The actress had nothing but praise for her co-star, Bob Odenkirk, describing him as having unbelievable energy and bringing a fun and sweet atmosphere to the set of the first movie. Nielsen also hinted at new developments in the family dynamic, suggesting that Hutch's secret life coming to light will introduce new tensions and changes within the family unit. Here's what she had to say. "Who doesn't love Bob? Bob is just so cool and fun and sweet, and he has unbelievable energy. I adore him. That guy is just so great. And then on top of that, you have this family again. I'm a family person, and I love depicting the tensions inside of a family. The natural tensions, but also the sweetness that underlies the love that connects all of these people together. This is a great family. It's a great story that I look forward to returning to definitely." Nielsen's remarks hint at the continuation of the compelling family dynamic that was central to the first film, suggesting that audiences can expect to see further exploration of the complex relationships and dynamics within the Mansell family in Nobody 2. Nobody's recent success on Netflix is a promising sign for the sequel's future. While it may not have introduced groundbreaking new elements to the action genre, like the John Wick movies did under the direction of producer David Leitch, Nobody still managed to carve out its own niche within that influence. Similar to Keanu Reeves, Bob Odenkirk put a considerable amount of effort into filming the movie's fight scenes himself, a dedication that even proved life-saving when he suffered a heart attack while filming Better Call Saul. Additionally, having Derek Kolstad, the creator of John Wick, as the scriptwriter for Nobody, contributed to the film's unique world building, setting the stage for potential sequels. While it's uncertain which members of the original creative team will return for Nobody 2, the recent success of the first film on Netflix suggests that the sequel could be in production sooner than expected. Initially planned for shooting in 2023, the production was delayed due to strikes by the Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA. However, with Odenkirk's schedule now potentially open after the cancellation of his post-Better Call Saul show, Lucky Hank by AMC, there's an opportunity to move forward with filming. The streaming success of the first movie indicates that audience interest in both Odenkirk and the Nobody property remains strong, providing Universal with more confidence to proceed with Nobody 2. With the John Wick franchise on hiatus following Chapter 4, aside from the upcoming spin-off Ballerina, Odenkirk's sequel could fill the void left by Reeves's movies, offering fans more of the grounded action they loved in the first two films. It opens up the possibility of exploring unique aspects of the Nobody world, such as how Hutch's family adjusts to knowing about his skills. That said, the ending of Nobody doesn't just wrap up the story neatly, it sets the stage for a saga that could span multiple films. At its core, the film establishes a powerful internal conflict for Bob Odenkirk's character Hutch, a man torn between his roles as a family man and a former assassin. Despite trying to embrace a peaceful suburban life, Hutch finds it lacking, and his past keeps pulling him back in. While he's skilled at what he does, each job he takes on poses a risk to his family's safety. The ending hints at a temporary solution, ensuring his living spaces have secure basements. However, it's clear that this won't suffice indefinitely. In Nobody 2, Hutch will likely face the ultimate dilemma, choosing between his dangerous profession and his loved ones. But it's not just internal conflict that Hutch has to contend with, there's also an external threat looming in Nobody 2. Kuznetsov, the Russian gangster Hutch crossed paths with, was a formidable figure with powerful connections. While Hutch and his family managed to eliminate the immediate threat in the first film, it's safe to assume that Kuznetsov's allies won't take his demise lightly. Similar to how John Wick's actions in Chapter 4 provoke retaliation, Hutch will find himself targeted by vengeful adversaries in Nobody 2. This sets the stage for a series of conflicts where Hutch must navigate alliances and adversaries alike, offering ample material for multiple movies in the franchise. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.